Hey guys, this is Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do a series of try a chapter tags. I have been meaning to do this all year, and I have failed. So one of my series goals for the year is to go through my urban fantasy and paranormal romance books that I have the first book in the series. I have at least 40 to 50 first books in series in urban fantasy and paranormal romance of authors I've not read before, or sometimes it's a different series from one I've read from before. Anyway, point is that I have way too many first books and I don't know where I want to go with these. So every year I say I'm going to do some try a chapter tags, and I have found one series I just adore this way, and I have a couple others that I've decided I will still revisit, but I've gotten rid of some of the books too that I was like, no, I'm not really interested in this one. And I can do that because I have like 50 books. So I'm hoping to do this. I'm doing this kind of because it's series September this month, put on by Krista at Books and Gems and Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand. Looking at my series, I still have not done this, and this is one of those things I was hoping to do early in the year and like all through the year, keep doing this, and I'm really bad about just sitting down and doing this because, again, it's not that it takes long, it's just making myself do it. So I've decided, since series September is here, I'm going to focus on my series. And so I'm going to do kind of a couple of groups of try chapters and hopefully get those videos out to you this month. So the first group I'm going to do is 4 urban fantasy paranormal romances. As I said, it's kind of a mixture. I'm going to do Halfway to the Grave by Jeannie Frost. First Grave on the Right by Dorinda Jones. Night Shifted by Casey Alexander, and Go Seer by Robin D. Owens. So all of these have been on my shelf for at least several years. So I am going to now go and read the first chapter, or at least 20 pages of all the books. It just matters how their chapters are set up. I didn't look at that. The first 3 are first person, and then the last one is multiple, or 2 perspectives. So we'll see if I read a little bit more on that one, so I get both perspectives at least. We'll see. So anyway, we're going to do this, and we're going to start this so I can get some try chapters done and figure out if any of these series are ones I want to continue. Okay guys, so I've retired to the couch where I need to do my reading. So I will first try Halfway to the Grave, Night Huntress novel by Jeannie Frost. So again, this is the one that's been on my shelf probably the longest. I mean, I got it, used at some point, but I think it's from 2007. Anyway, so this follows a half vampire who is looking for her father who ruined her mother's life. So I'm guessing the father was the vampire. And then she meets a vampire bounty hunter named Bones. So, and the main character of this is Catherine. Oh, she goes by Cat. So anyway, I've heard good things over the years, so I'm going to try this one first. I forgot to check here. The first chapter, well, the first 2 chapters comes to 24 pages, so I think I'll read 2 chapters. So anyway, we'll go with that, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I read the first 24 pages, or 2 chapters, of Halfway to the Grave by Jeannie Frost. So this is the first in the Night Huntress series. Yes, Cooper has to be right here with us, yeah. Anyway, I don't know about this one. So it's one of those things where it starts out, she is a half vampire and she knows it, and she's found ways to kill vampires. She's now clearly in her early 20s, probably 21, 22 kind of era. I didn't really say, but she has only been going to bars for a little bit where the vampires hunt. And so we get kind of her story of why she does that and some close calls that she has. And then one goes wrong, one of the vampires that she goes after. Now, my problem with this is the humor of the character, the vampire that she runs into, that she has trouble with. Anyway, I don't know. Right off, I don't like him, and I don't like the way, I don't know. There's something about this, so I'm not sure. I'm not explaining this very well, all my feelings, but it's one that I might need to go farther in to decide if I want to read this. Right now, I don't really like where it ended. I kind of glanced ahead into the chapter 3 just to see where it went, and it didn't really go where I wanted it to, so I'm not sure about this one. So I don't know. If you guys have read this series, I want to know if you really enjoyed it, if it gets better, if it's just first book syndrome and it just doesn't go very well here at the beginning. It's really, to me, she seems really young. And she's, you know, again, it's first person, so we're getting everything from her head. Anyway, there's something about this that's just, it's just not calling to me. So it's definitely not a high priority at this point. But if you guys have read the Night Huntress series, I would like to know if you enjoyed it and if I should continue on. So the next one I'm going to try is First Grave on the Right. So this is Grim Reaper one. So the first chapter is 24 pages, so it's about the same as the 2 chapters I read in that one. So that's what I'm going to read next, and we'll see how this one goes. Okay, so it actually was 2 chapters to page 24, and I'm glad I read them because I liked it even more and more the farther I got into this. So this one so far is definitely one I do want to come back to and try. This was really funny, and it was more my kind of humor, I guess, is it? So Charlie is as I said, is a Grim Reaper, so she can see ghosts, and so, of course, she's woken up early in the morning because her uncle is a police officer that she helps solve some of his crimes. And she had done the same, I guess, with her father. And then there's a dead guy in her apartment who was just killed. And so he was murdered. And she's also has some kind of weird connection to having some fairly sexy dreams about some guy. So there was really kind of some good spice in the very beginning, which was kind of surprising with all the dead guys. Anyway, so I like this right away. As I said, there's humor in here. This is more one I liked how it dropped me into the story, like, because she's already established in what she does. I like this much better than the other one. The other one's much more of a coming of age kind of thing. Change. I don't know. It's a little different. This one I liked a lot more. So definitely I'm going to be picking this book up to at least read this book. As I said, it's a series that I have heard good things about. So I don't know if you guys think the same. You'll have to let me know. But this one for sure is definitely one I want to read more of. So now I'm going to read Night Shifted. And it looks like 23 pages is 4 chapters. So, of Night Shifted. So I'm going to read this one next. So the last one came out in 2011. This one came out in 2012, I think. Yeah. So, anyway, so this will be interesting about being in the hospital and stuff. I'm kind of, again, this is one I've wanted to pick up for years, and I've had that I want to get to. So anyway, I'm going to now read 23 pages of this, 2 chapters. So that's working out, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, it's a little bit later. I had to have lunch and stuff, so I'm a little more comfy here. Anyway, so I just read the first 23 pages. So it's the first 4 chapters of this. So they're really short chapters. This is, there's like over 40 chapters in this book. So it's definitely one that would be good for when you just need little hits of a novel and you don't have a lot of time to read. You can just read little snippets. So good short chapters. I don't know about this one either. So we're following Edie, who is a nurse. She's been out of nursing school for about a year, a little over that, and she takes a job with the county to take this kind of off the records kind of job to help out her brother, her drug addicted brother. So she's made this choice to work at this place because they needed nurses to look after vampires and their servants and werewolves and other weird things. Anyway, so she's the new girl on the floor. I think they're like in the basement. Anyway, so she is watching this guy they're calling Mr. November because he's been they just found him on the street, and so he's a vampire servant and very ill. and something, things go wrong while she's there. So it starts a mystery of who he is, and he tells her that that someone has to, save Anna. So she kind of gets involved in this mystery. So there's a couple things in here. Again, I did like that we jump right in where she's on the ward already. She's already made her decision to work for them. And then, of course, she has this bad night with the vampire servant and things happen. But then she starts the mystery investigation of him and who's this Anna that he wanted to save. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the short chapters, but I'm not really invested yet in her story. Like I felt in the Charlie's one, where I don't know, there's something about this yet. So I think this is one this would be like a maybe. I don't know. So if anybody's read this, again, let me know if it's one I should take a chance on. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. And again, it's one of those ones where she's human and everybody else, around her is questionable. So I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about this one yet. So this is a maybe. I'm not sure. So again, if you've read this series, let me know and that I should give it more of a chance. And so the last one I'm going to try today is Ghost Seer by Robin D. Owens. So I have read a book by her before. Hey, Cooper! He's going to start scratching. Sorry. And they're starting to run around. They're getting zoomies. Anyway, so I've read one book by her called, I think, Heartmate. And I liked it okay. I didn't continue with the series. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't remember why. It was so many years ago that I don't remember. But this was a different series of hers that I wanted to try. So again, this one, the woman inherits, her name's Claire, and she inherits the power to see ghosts. So we'll see. So, and again, this is the one that's in third person, dual perspective. So we're following her, and we're following a former deputy sheriff who, this one takes place in Denver, and he's trying to get away from his past, so he's becoming a private investigator in Denver. I think he's from Montana. Anyway, I'm not sure, but there's supposed to be a gunslinger ghost, I think, and I think maybe a talking ghost dog. I'm not sure. So we'll see. Anyway, so this one, 3 chapters makes it to 24 pages. So all these I got to read about the same amount. So anyway, I'm going to read this next and see what happens. Really? You guys just stopped as soon as I started filming? Yeah. Isn't that how it always is? So innocent. You guys, I did it again. I've done this one before, so, I'm rereading it. I'm only 12 pages in, but I just want to say, I clearly either did this for a try chapter a couple of years ago, or I read it when I read the first couple chapters when I first got it. I don't know, but I've read this. I'm definitely going to do better about record checking, or, putting them in different areas on my bookshelf, or maybe on my book cart, once I've read them for this try chapter, because this is ridiculous. I think I did at least 1 or 2 in the last 2 I've done. I don't know. Anyway, so let me get back to this. Okay, so as I said, I have read at least the first couple chapters of this. Yes, Cooper. So this one, again, as I said, it's the one that has dual perspective. We have Claire, who has suddenly can see ghosts, and she's in a great deal of denial after her aunt has passed away. She comes from a family that has a lot of money, and her aunt left her pretty much everything as well. So she and her brother are dealing with the estate. He's taking care of part of it that's in Chicago, a house, and then she's in Denver, and is dealing with the other legal stuff of that. But she's kind of freaking out about that. Enzo, her aunt's dog that had passed away a while ago, is now this ghost dog that she can talk to her. And I remember that's what I liked about this. So, okay. And then there's, of course, a ghost that comes to her saying, "It's my time. You need to help me." And again, it's from someone from old Denver, like gunslinger. I don't know. We'll see. He looks like a businessman is what it says. So again, and then we have Zach, who is the other... Again, the deputy sheriff that had to quit his job because he got shot and is injured. So it looks like he's going to be a private investigator. As I said, we haven't quite got that far, but he's thinking about it as he moves to Denver from Montana. So again, I did read this, I think, for a try chapter, like one of my first ones, or maybe even last year. I don't remember, but because I mixed the books up at some point, and well, that was my mistake. Anyway, I still want to read this. So this is definitely on the list. I would like to pick this up at some point. So the cat's like right here, and the other one is, can you see him there? Anyway, I don't know if you saw that or not. I can't tell. Anyway, so putting these in order of how I want to read them, or if I'm, going to read them, I would say my least right now is Halfway to the Grave. I just didn't connect with this as well in the first couple chapters. I'm not sure about this one, so that's kind of low, unless you guys tell me that it gets really good later. I would put the Night Shifted next as third. There were some things I like about this, but it was, I kind of want to say it went a little Nancy Drew really quickly, even mentioned Nancy Drew. So I'm not sure about this one, but I do like the hospital idea with that kind of stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Then I would put the one I just did, the one with the ghosts and the ghost dog, because it just sounds fun. This again will probably be mysteries. Again, they're all have mysteries, and I'm what I'm talking about. But this is dual perspective, and so I don't know. I think because this is has Old West themes in it, and and again, it doesn't have it where she's just got the powers, but it seems kind of interesting that she can see so many ghosts, and she's trying to deny it right now. But I don't know. I enjoyed this one better. I don't know why than I did the other one. And then I think the one I'm definitely going to pick up at some point here fairly soon is First Grave on the Right by Darlinda Jones. I liked this one, Charlie. I fell like under her spell pretty quickly. I liked the humor in here. I liked again another ghost one when she's the Grim Reaper. I think this was the one that I connected to the most. So as I said, I think those went all pretty well. I can't lift them up. My cat's on me too. So anyway, I think these two I'm probably going to pick up or leave on the shelf. The other two, I'm not sure. So if you guys have read any of these series, let me know. And I can, not get rid of them or, give them more of a shot. Because again, I read 23 to 24 pages on every one of them. So I did a pretty good read. So this has taken me a while. Anyway, so I hope that worked. That was fun. I'm hoping to do a couple more of these this month for series, because I definitely have to, I need to whittle down how many series I think I'm going to start and just get rid of them. Or, decide I'm going to read them. Like some of these I definitely now want to read. So I want to put those in the stack of the ones I want to read. And the other ones are right now a maybe. But you can let me know what you think. So anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. And I will see you guys later.